We're gonna commentate fights that happened years ago.
Yeah, not even full on commentate, just like have some MMA on and bullshit about MMA, and then whatever the hell else comes up.
But we were talking about John Jones and the steroid thing.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that. I'm convinced that he pissed clean that night. Yeah, sure, but I'm not convinced that he's
Been
a clean fighter.
Fuck no,
dude. Hasn't he poked someone's eye out halfway, like in every single fight he's ever had?
Yeah,
Like,
be mad about that.
Did he poke Gustafson's eye at all? I'm wondering about that.
I think Gus poked him.
Oh, really? No shit.
Yeah.
Haha. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, they both
Just
do that
kidding.
thing where they're like,
yeah, they're like poking. Yeah, that's a shame. But yeah, and that was what upset me about DC versus Stipe. I called him John Jones for that
yeah,
because he like twice, and he was like clearly if there's a
trying.
there's a yeah no there's a this channel on YouTube, MMA for Mexican martial arts. I think I've tagged you in his shit before.
Yeah.
And he has a video breaking down that fight, but he has like zoomed up and slowed down. Like DC is clearly trying to
Swatting,
gouge Stipe's
yeah.
eye. He's like clearly at his eyes trying to poke his fucking eyes.
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, and that's like holy shit, DC. Like, and if you look at fucking Stipe's eyes, he has
Like
obvious claw
scratch.
marks all around his eyes.
Jesus.
So that's why for DC, I mean, I still love him because he's DC, but it's like that really pissed me off. Because how I remember it was Stipe was actually tuning him up a little bit at one point.
Oh, dude,
actually
Stipe was fucking him up.
Yeah, and actually like holding him down against the cage and shit, and like, but yeah, that clinch. But that punch was clean though. Like I don't think
Absolutely.
I don't even think the eye pokes had anything to do with it. I think he fucking saw a hole in Stipe's game and exploited it. So that's kind of why I don't hold. I'm still pissed about the eye pokes and stuff, but it didn't have an effect on the fight. So how pissed can you be?
Here, man, I'll pull that shit up because I think I'm with you, man. I remember Stipe being on the good side of that for like a lot of that fight until those eye pokes started happening.
Yeah. And that's definitely made Stipe back off and a little more apprehensive. It had the effect in the sense that it kind of took the steam out of Stipe's game there. He
It
was
made him
going
more
on a roll.
hesitant to engage.
That's just so. I guess Derek Lewis, by the way, he was on Ariel Helwani show. I think it was like yesterday, and he was talking about how he was actually supposed to fight Stipe on this card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wanted time off though because he had, and this is the thing, nobody gives Derek Lewis any credit. That war he was on the losing end of with Volkov for 3.9 rounds.
Yeah.
Or 2.9 rounds, sorry. Fucking, and then fought for the title a month later. And then they went on to fight Stipe a month after that. Like, fucking, Derek, take a breather, bro. You've very much earned it. You know? But I guess he's coming back against JDS a little down the line.
Really?
I can't remember when he said, but yeah, I think the next one is Derek Lewis and JDS. I like that fight, especially how JDS looked against Ty. I did not expect that.
No, I
had
didn't
Ty
either,
knocking
dude.
his ass out.
So
in the
did
first
I.
round.
Like, I thought that was a for sure thing.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, JDS on his way out. No, he's not, dude. We tuned into the end of that. Remember, it was after the Wilder Fury fight.
Yes.
Yeah, and just seeing fucking Ty Tuivasa get his head bounced just put the icing on the cake of my shit night. Watching
I
Wilder
remember
lose.
that.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Fuck everything about
Yeah.
today.
Not that I dislike JDS or like Tai Tuivasa any more than it's just like I can't even be right tonight, you know.
Exactly. Dude, that
I think I had 3 picks on that card and all 3 lost. I think I can't remember the other 2 off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I made 3. Oh, this is for sure gonna happen picks. That's why I hate doing it, man. It seems like every time I for sure know what's gonna happen, the opposite happens.
dude, that's a bad trend that happened. Started with us at GSP and Michael Bisping that night.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's one of my all-time favorite cards. One of my all-time favorite pay-per-views. Just because that was the first night that everything went wrong. Like, I've watched plenty of fights, boxing, MMA, whatever, where it's like, oh, who I thought was going to win or who I was rooting for didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first night where I was, like, really invested in who was, you know, except Bisping. I actually did have Bisping winning against GSP as well. I was like, oh, GSP's took too much time off and he's underestimating Bisping. But
Yes.
fucking Freddie Roach. If I see that man in anyone's corner, it's over. He was training with Tyson Fury for the Wilder fight. He was
I
in
remember
Tyson Fury.
that.
That was his X factor. I was like, okay, he's got Freddie Roach. So
Did you watch that? What was it on? Was it HBO? They did the behind the scenes thing. Like
I don't know.
like they did an all access thing for them.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched
A 24/7 or whatever the fuck that thing's called.
Wait for Deontay and Fury. Was
Yeah.
that for Showtime? Do you think?
It might have been.
Those are all access.
Yeah.
Or no, they're not called all access. There's something else though, but they are all
one
access.
of those shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watched that. I think I sent them to you, like leading up to the fight. I think I sent them to the group chat.
I don't know, but I have them on my DVR, man. That was intense.
Fucking really
Like
intense,
you, I remember watching them right before the fight because I didn't know anything about either of those guys outside of what I've heard on like JRE.
Right.
And so like I started watching this, I'm like, oh my God, both of these guys are really decent human beings. And
Yeah.
like I know their struggle now
Yeah.
and what kind of people they actually are. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it helps. I love that shit because I mean, as much as there's part of me that loves the old UFCs. Like I'm actually up to like UFC 20 something now. I can't really remember right now, but I think I'm on UFC 22 now. But,
watching them all the way through.
Yeah. No, I mean, by the time I get to like, probably like 100, who knows? Maybe I will watch them all the way through. Just keep doing it because I like to sit down and watch them. But like, I love the early ones because it was, there wasn't a single fight unless you're Tank Abbott. There wasn't a single fight where the dudes didn't like hug and like raise each other's hands after the fight. Like there was a couple, but most guys, it was just all about respect, and it was true martial arts. It was, I'm a wrestler and I'm working with this guy who's a boxer, and you see it become MMA,
Yeah.
as we know it today. Because guys used to go in and like, there could be like a 350-pound like fucking fat dude in sweatpants versus a dude in a full like judo gi, and like dude gets flipped on his head and nobody saw it coming, and then everyone's starting to boo because they're on the ground for more than 20 seconds, and like it's like it's so cool. And then like now that's like UFC 1 through 5, and now I'm at like UFC 22, 20 to 22,
Where they're
around
starting
there.
to strategize
And
a
there's
little
actually
bit.
dudes in like the fucking like Speedo looking shorts and not knee pads but knee braces and like fucking like elbow braces and the fingerless gloves. And they both like, oh shit, he knows how to throw a low kick, and oh shit, he's got like decent boxing. Oh shit, that guy's great at jujitsu. And it's like literally becoming, and they start using the word mixed martial arts events, and you see MMA become invented. And that shit didn't happen that long ago.
No, dude,
So-
all within the last 25 years.
Yeah, that's fucking
That's-
insane. Well, MMA, like the Vale Tudo fights in Brazil, have been happening a lot longer. But even that, I think, has some differences than MMA. I'm not sure though. But like the Chutaboxing people from Brazil, like Vanderlei Silva's team and all that, like that. Yeah, that's been a thing for a long time, I believe. And then Pancrase over in Japan was definitely different than MMA, but it was the bones of MMA.
Yeah, but like UFC, and as far as like cultivating it as MMA,
Yeah.
like to where it is now.
Yeah, it was really the focal point. It was the biggest one. you know?
Yes, it was the shiniest of the
Other
turds.
than Pride. Pride was much bigger than the UFC forever. And then the UFC, though, it's not about who's big in the beginning. It's about who's left after,
Yeah. Who has a fancy tape collection?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's my only.
DC's ring entrance is always one of my favorites, by the way, when he runs.
Yeah, I like
always
that too.
It's just like fucking like, dude, that's definitely a coach. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
He
There's-
looks like just a coach. Like, you don't want to go fucking. Oh man, I love his entrance.
just leading by example.
Yeah, exactly. DC is one of my all-time favorite guys.
That's why, like, when people hated him a couple years ago, which I understand why, when he's being like cringy DC,
Yeah.
he's hard to watch.
But the thing is, man, if someone shoved a fucking mic in my face in front of 50,000, 100,000 people, whatever.
You feel the
Oh,
pressure to
dude.
try to keep up with John Jones's popularity.
Yeah, and not even that, just like to say anything that isn't complete fucking piss fuck
Yeah.
in front of that many people. I don't think I could do it, so I can't judge him for it too much. I think that's what's so endearing to me about him is I can see he is a real fucking person. He's a real human being.
Yeah.
He's not too good. He's not better than you, holier than thou or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. That like one time, like I seen him drop an N bomb.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was definitely
oh,
cringy.
buddy.
But again, I think he cringed on the inside as soon as it came out of his mouth. I feel like he had to have.
That's in the height of everyone just being like, oh, fuck this
Yeah.
dude.
And that's kind of why, like, could you imagine if DC was like, if the format was still the same? It's not really trash talking. It's like, hey, he's a good competitor, but he's in my way of what I want, and I'm gonna bring my best, and I hope he better show up. You know what I mean? To like, I fucking looked in the CIA files of what your dad did in Chechnya in 1987.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, that's a little too far, man.
That's gross.
Yeah, and it's also taking like some very real political tension between Chechnya and Dagestan and kind of stoking that with the world watching. Like, they used to bomb each other and shit.
Like,
So,
you need to fucking
yeah, it's like, dude, you need to like leave that alone. Can we talk about how you're gonna knock them out and it's gonna be quick and it's gonna be cruel and
yeah.
you're the best and everyone else can't be you. You know, when Connor talked like that, I didn't hate him. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a cocky bastard, but whatever. But
you understood.
With the
You
name-
understood it was a show.
yeah, with the Nate Diaz thing, it kind of started to get a little bit on my nerves because he was saying some pretty underhanded shit that I don't know if a lot of people caught. Maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but just kind of like making fun of Diaz for like quote unquote being illiterate and like kept calling him a cholo gangster and shit. And it's like, you got to know that that's kind of not cool to say. You know what I mean? You're a white dude in America. I know you're from Ireland, but you have to know that's not cool here. You know?
Yeah.
Leave his race out of it. Leave his religion out of it. Leave his fucking family. You're gonna smack my wife on the ass? Okay, no, you're not. We know that shit talk. Fucking your mom's got tickets to the show, like Kevin Lee said to Michael Chiesa. It's a your mama joke, like hot button. But yeah, but like actually talking about your family, actually talking about your religion and your race and your fucking country, and you know. I don't know, man. I don't know if any of that's cool. That's kind of like Colby Covington is doing the same thing. He's kind of calling Brazilians dirty animals.
Yeah.
I love a good heel. Don't fucking call that, just because you got to know how that sounds as a white guy, and he does, and it's cheap heat. You know, it's the worst kind of heat.
And you see
Using
where
pro wrestling terms, but you know what I mean.
you
Cheap
see where
heat.
it got him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's fucking so talented. If he would have just kept his fucking mouth shut and just, I would have loved to see
Well, he
him.
has to be the American bad guy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then be more like Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen was funny, and he made fun of Brazil too, but it was lighthearted. Clearly, he's not serious.
He's being the bad guy.
Talking shit, and if he said anything really offensive, it would usually be about someone particularly, not about a race. But like in Brazil, when he's like, I didn't know they had internet in Brazil. Like, that's like, you clearly, okay, you've been there, you've been to Rio. Of course you're joking, but that's funny and lighthearted. you know?
Yes. Colby's just, well, they don't call him Captain Cringe for nothing.
Yeah, that dude's something else. I'm not mad at the Nerd Bash 2018 gimmick though. Like, I
That
actually
was
was half,
funny.
I've been half tempted to buy a shirt. Fucking Colby Covington Nerd Bash 2018.
Like, yeah, you could buy
that's a
that.
cool
be
ass.
like,
It's got like an American flag on it and shit. It looks badass, and it's just like Nerd Bash. I actually kind of fucking like that. That's the type of shit. If you would have stuck with like Nerd Bash and you're all a bunch of virgins and shit like that, if you would have stuck with that shit, I'd have found it cute. You know what I mean? Like,
you know who
and I
does?
love his skill, man. Colby Covington's a fucking. I think he's a more exciting fighter than Usman, but I think Usman's better. I think Tyron Woodley. By the way, Tyron Woodley, dun 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 dun, said shit. You know, Robert Whitaker and them better watch out. I might come up and take that too.
That'd be nice.
I'd be, you know, and that. Well, not only that, but that's clearing the way for Ben Askren.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Because you know Ben Askren's going to walk through most of that division, right?
Maybe. We'll see, because the level of competition's much different in the UFC. That's one thing that they repeat that is true,
I think he beats anyone 5 and out,
Yeah.
like handedly.
Yeah.
But I think when you start getting to that upper echelon, when you get into the Kamaru Usmans and the Colby Covingtons, I think that's where he starts having trouble.
Yeah.
Where they have just as superior wrestling,
Yeah.
but they have the striking too a little bit.
Well,
especially
That's
Usman.
the weird thing about Ben Askren is he's like, I've seen him throw people on their head pretty easily, and Usman, I have not seen him do something like that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying he didn't do it, but like, I've seen a lot of, because I've watched maybe 2 Usman fights. One of them was Emil Mech, everyone knows that fight was a stink fest.
Yeah.
And I heard he was sick before the fight, and I believe him. I believe when fighters say that they get sick and shit. How could you not? You're putting your body through so much chaos in the past, like really, month and a half, and
I don't know. Fucking DC looks pretty fucking fine there.
Yeah, well,
he doesn't look like he struggled at all.
That's why I love Stipe though. Look at that man. He looks like he's about to fucking go buy milk at the grocery store. Other than he's making his jaw
like
warm.
He might run through a drive-through on the way home.
Do you see his eyes? He's not. Yeah, he's like, do I want the number 6 or the number 12 from fucking Dairy Queen? He's not worried, and that's the shit Fedor would always do.
Yeah, we're just stare through people.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not unconcerned about you.
Yeah. I'm excited for fucking Stipe's third run here. This would be his third run, I believe. Oh, man, because I don't know who beats him unless John Jones moves up. I think John Jones beats him skill-wise. I do. But
I do, too, just because Stipe's on the other side of his prime.
He just doesn't have as many tools as John does.
But I think if Stipe fights DC again, Stipe takes it.
I do, too.
I don't think he doesn't lose to DC twice.
I don't think so. Because you saw what is other than DC his last loss, Stefan Struve. That was a million years ago.
Oh yeah, no,
it was actually there was Stefan Struve, and then he lost to JDS when JDS was fucking JDS.
Yeah,
and it was by
6 years ago.
It was like by a punch to the face, and they were both like bloody, and it was a fucking huge war. But like he stopped. I can't remember if he stopped Mark Hunt or just beat him.
I can't remember either.
And I think he knocked out Arlovsky when Arlovsky was still terrifying. He knocked him the fuck out in like 20 seconds or whatever. He wasn't even sweaty when he knocked him out.
I like DC. I want one more DC fight at heavyweight.
I want to see him spank Brock Lesnar, get the biggest check he's ever seen in his life, and ride off into the sunset and be one of the best commentators the sport has ever seen. That's what I want from DC, personally. I don't want to see him fight John Jones again, unless it's at heavyweight. Don't get me wrong. If he fights John Jones again, I'm not missing that. But I'm gonna watch it.
I don't want it.
I don't want that because I don't want to see. Not that he absolutely would. He looked actually pretty fucking good in their second fight, for a while there. But I don't want to have the possibility of him losing to John Jones 3 times in a row. And the thing is, dude, like there should be no shame in that because we all know John Jones is a big-time steroid guy. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, oh, well, why are you okay to fight Brock Lesnar but not John Jones? Because Brock Lesnar kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He's going to beat the shit. That's a guaranteed win. And he's fucking about 40. He's about to retire. He wants a huge cut-and-run check. He's done all he can do competition-wise. He's achieved all he can achieve competition-wise. Get that fat-ass check. Get a job sitting next to fucking Joe Hoagie. And just fucking John Jones can talk all that shit. Just don't. That should be part of the past. By the way, did you know John Jones' brothers are both NFL players?
Yeah, I know.
And the NFL is notorious for having like the highest end designer steroids that are undetectable. Even with all that, they've both also popped in the NFL, and that's really hard to do.
Dude, how do you think he got out of that USADA thing? He had to supply substantial information about users, manufacturers, like how they're getting it through for him to get his sentence reduced to a year.
See, because I always heard people, and I didn't.
But here's the thing: he didn't have to fuck anyone in the MMA because his brothers are in the NFL.
Did a bunch of people get caught in the NFL too? Or
it's always fucking happening.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's probably for sure part of it.
Or he could have gave up like a supplier.
Yeah, who knows? I never thought of it like that. But the thing is, that's what I'm trying to get to is like the dude's clearly done a shitload of steroids. There's no way Yoel Romero hasn't done a shitload of steroids and he's in his 40s. I'm sure he's clean now, but the effects are still there. Once you gas up to that level and you remain healthy and working out all the time, you're still going to be that big. That's what I think is a lot of people aren't taking in advance. So John Jones did steroids in the past or whatever, the effects are still there. He's still
and here's the thing. It's like Nate Diaz said, everyone's on steroids.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So, is it really that unlevel of a playing field? Clearly, these two men are not on steroids.
Yeah, you can just tell by looking at them. They're not steroid guys in the way they move.
This is what the fuck I want for DC's last fight.
Yeah.
I want one good 5-round
The only
split
guy I want to see
decision
him,
fucking war with Stipe.
that's what I want to see. Oh God, that would be the shit.
I want
Because that puts Stipe, win, lose, or draw, that puts both of them over in a huge fucking way.
yeah.
And I hate using pro wrestling terms. Dude, by the way, I am fucking obsessed with listening to like shoot interviews. I've told you before, like shoot interviews backstage, like how the shit works in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just saw it. Every time they're going for that clinch, I just saw
He sees
DC
that
go
fucking
for it that one time.
that eagle claw.
Yeah. But
But that's what I want, man. One more
Yeah.
5-round fucking full-on war with Stipe.
yeah, me too.
And I want Stipe to get his fucking title back.
Yeah, me too. I really do.
Dude,
'Cause I
Stipe
don't
keeps
know.
calling the fuck out on Twitter, and he is having none of it.
Yeah. Fucking DC has said nothing from what I'm aware of.
No, fuck no. He don't want
because-
that. Look
no,
at this.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's got DC's back after DC. Did DC just try to take him down? I kind of glitched out there for a minute. But he's got DC's back, pressing him against the fence and punching him in the face.
Yeah. He wants fucking none of that.
Yeah. There's the shoulder strike from Stipe. I just want to see Stipe with some more tools. That I want to. I think he can really benefit from not telling anybody about it, not posting it to social media, just keeping it quiet, getting his flexibility up, and throwing some fucking head kicks.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Stipe? You know, boxing, great fundamental boxing, iron chin, just marching forward doing that, and then they're at a distance, they're out of your boxing range, and he just blasts off a fucking head kick out of fucking nowhere. Oh, just like a simple roundhouse, just like a lead roundhouse, or maybe even a teep kick. Dude, anyone can do a teep kick. Look, yeah, DC looks a little frustrated there.
Absolutely, because he's getting fucking tuned up.
Yeah, I always love that like quick jab.
I like that too.
Nick
Like
and
we're
Nate do that. Like Nate will do that all the time when he's hand fighting. Like he'll do the hand fighting and just fucking come up over top. Look at that dude. He just caught a 1-2 pretty majorly.
he's getting outboxed by Stipe.
Yeah, he is, and he's getting smushed against the fence. Not that he's not putting up a fight. He hit Stipe a bunch. He caught him with some pretty clean uppercuts too.
Yeah, he's not getting.
And see, look, now he's like kind of in the position to take down Stipe. Stipe got out of it. Yeah, his eyes already gouged. It looks like he had a fingernail cut under his eye. It looks like. There's a lot of lost narratives in MMA that a lot of people, they want the story to be a certain way because that's a feel good story with DC.
Yeah, like
kind of, he lost to it. He got his head kicked off by a steroid cheater, and now he's back and he's doing big things.
Now he's the double champ, and this is good for the company.
Yeah, but he's landing some like really stiff jabs on Stipe. Stipe's not really moving his head very much, and that's something that always worried me. But there, he just like probably 4 straights, and then boom, knocked him back. He got hit with the jab, but he gave a pretty heavy straight.
Yeah,
and he keeps loading up on the 1-2, but it keeps landing. That's the thing about the heavyweights. There's not a whole lot of like head movement and shit with these guys, but there was some right there. And that's the thing. Stipe, I was really impressed by his head movement against Ngannou. That's something I'd like to see more of from DC, because now we clearly know DC's got knockout power at heavyweight.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's what scares
me.
Yeah,
there he just got fucking poked again.
That's what scares me about.
He got poked again, and
John Jones.
DC just poked him in the eye and tried to head kick him immediately. Thank fucking God he slipped.
Oh, he was trying to get the fuck out of this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm kind of seeing about DC, though, that makes me like, dude, really? Like, you're supposed to be like the fucking... See, look, he flicks his hand out perfectly. That's not a punch. He literally whipped his fingers into his eye. He went like a towel snap with his fingers and then tried to immediately head kick him.
That's fucking filthy.
And then, yeah, of course, here comes the fucking knockout from the same eye that he got poked in, by the way. Let me retract my statement. I think that knockout came because he was fucking blinded in that eye. And the same side that he's getting knocked out on, he was blind in that eye. And his other eye is the one that's bleeding, by the way. So he's been getting, and seriously, look at his post-fight interview. He's got claw marks all over his eyes. He's got fingernail marks all over his eyes, all over his face.
He's fucking getting towel snapped in the fucking eyes with fingers.
Yeah.
That sucks.
See, that's the thing that, like, I know Stipe's humble. I know he's not going to, he's going to take the loss or whatever. Here comes the fucking knockout. Ugh. I was so disappointed when I saw that. And that's, I think, why I was. You can already see the fucking fingernail marks.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah. It's fucking Stipe doesn't know what happened because that's what happens when you get punched with a punch you're not seeing.
You didn't see that hook coming?
Yeah, because he was fucking his eye was fucking scratched. His eyeball was scratched several times.
Speaking of that, do you know fucking Kat Zingano is still wearing an eye patch from getting kicked in the eye by Megan Anderson?
Oh, shit, really?
Or she got that toenail in the eye?
Yeah, I saw that. That looked really nasty.
Now she's
Did they give Megan Anderson the win because of that? That should be a no contest. I think she got the win, didn't she? By TKO.
Yeah, win by TKO.
Yeah, that should be a no contest because it wasn't intentional, but you just scratched her eye with the toe. Like, we're looking at skill and stuff like that. It's not. There's no skill to like.
Well,
if
no,
I get
she
real
fought for a
good-
couple more seconds.
I thought it was called off. Like, she got kicked in the eye, and then Megan looked at the ref, and then like she went into like close, and then the ref immediately broke it up. I thought.
No, the ref let her get a couple shots in.
Oh, really?
Before she closed it out.
Okay. That's still though. I don't know.
Well,
That
hey,
could
the
be bad
fucking ref
reffing.
didn't stop it, and you threw 3 more fucking hits after that, and
Yeah.
she didn't defend herself. That's a TKO.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
She's appealing it, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's no hate on Megan Anderson. It's
No.
she's not a dirty fighter for that, but boom, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even.
He didn't see it coming. He looked up, but it was already sent. So, but that's
Yeah, but
that's
he
something
didn't-
that's like
I was
still-
watching his shoulder, like his head's up, and he's
Yeah.
looking directly ahead, and his shoulder doesn't flinch at all to like even try to brush it off.
Yeah.
So that's the argument.
He didn't see it, and that's a shame. Is it reaction time or is it because it's a fact that he was poked in the eye several times, and I'm gonna go as far as to say intentionally. I don't live in DC's head, but that was those. I don't know what else to call that. By the way,
It was
oh,
nasty. Oh Jesus.
sorry. Look up on Fight Pass, Khalil Roundtree.
Oh shit.
Just type in Khalil Roundtree because the other dude, it was his first UFC fight.
Okay.
He's a light heavyweight.
I know who Cleo is.
No. He fought this guy Johnny Walker.
Oh,
Yeah, and this was Johnny Walker's first fight in the UFC.
I know of Johnny Walker.
I do too. Now.
I've probably seen this fight.
Khalil,
honestly.
you might have, yeah. Khalil Roundtree versus Johnny Walker. It's Johnny Walker's only fight in the UFC. So if you think you saw it, you probably did.
I mean, I've seen almost every event for the I don't know, last couple years, right? Probably. I don't miss much.
Yeah,
Like UFC
it's
events.
KHALIL for Khalil.
KHALIL.
LIL.
I'm sorry, I can't spell.
That's cool. I'm very good at spelling.
Understand.
No.
I'm sorry, everyone. We should probably keep talking while we're looking this up.
It's fine.
It's all good. There it is.
Yeah, Johnny Walker versus Khalil. Because Johnny Walker doesn't even have a fucking page, I don't think, on this yet.
Yeah, like
Unless
how,
my phone needs to update.
how low on the scale do you have to be to not even get a picture? Like, you
For
could,
sure unranked.
Like, can you not one picture? You don't have one picture.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to Facebook, anything.
Yeah, really.
It's just, I think they did that to Megan Anderson actually, for her fight with Holly Holm.
Really?
Yeah, like her picture was just like that weird shadow person.
Yeah. She did look pale in that picture. I do remember her looking really pale.
What? No, like in the new one, or
The old one.
no? I'm talking about the where she was just a shadow figure.
Oh, no. I'm actually thinking about the fight. When she was in the
Oh.
fight, she looked so fucking pale.
Oh,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
for an
that's what I'm getting
Australian?
confused. Yeah. I mean, she was whiter than Holly Holm, and Holly Holm's about the whitest fucking lady on the planet. Yeah, this guy's pretty cool. This is a good fight. Again, this is a 2-minute fight.
A 2-minute fight.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, this fight is 2 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is kind of what's exciting about it though. He's 26 years old. and he's already as good as he is. And this is a pretty right now light heavyweight isn't the most stacked division. Khalil's still
Which is
young.
weird, and it kind of sucks because then you really wonder what John Jones is fighting right now.
Yeah, exactly. And he went through a murderer's row to get to the top, and now that he's there, he's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
There's no big fights here.
Oh.
And there's kind of no big there's not many big fights at heavyweight either.
Yeah, bring on Anthony Smith, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only big fight. But how many times are you going to watch those two fight? You know what I mean?
Probably once when he kicks his fucking head into the crowd.
Yeah,
That's my thing. Like, I don't see Anthony Smith beating him.
yeah. But like, and then after that, what are either of them going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you mean Anthony Johnson?
No, Anthony Smith. That's who he's fighting in
yeah,
March.
I forgot about that.
No, I'm not even.
Yeah,
counting.
I don't know,
Rumble's
man.
done, man.
I'm rooting for Anthony Smith, but yeah, John Jones is likely to win that one.
This is like when DC fought Derek Lewis. Like I'm gonna be there on the day.
There's
I'm
this-
going like, well, Anthony Smith could if he does this. This is John's hole, and
Yeah, I don't know. John's got so many tools. He's got so much athleticism, skill, all that. He just, he's blessed with genetics and some not quite genetics. Yeah, that was a really loud fucking low kick, by the way, and that's the reaction he had to it. He just rubbed his leg. By the way, he hasn't thrown a strike yet. I believe Johnny Walker. I don't think he's thrown a strike yet.
really,
Yes.
he's been dancing for a second.
Oh yeah, he's dancing. It's weird because he's 205. He's 6'6", and he moves like Conor McGregor.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Now Tyson Fury a little bit, but see how his stance is, how wide his stance is and everything, and his hopping, constant movement. Yeah. But that's more of the herky-jerky Tyson Fury there.
Yeah, I never seen that
Now,
before
hold on,
that
wait,
fight.
watch this. Okay, after this. He
It's
lets
fucking-
off a combination, it's pretty much the end of the fight.
Man, he got tree trunks for legs.
Oh, he sure does. Yeah, this guy's a fucking beast.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
How old is this kid?
Boom, head
Oh
kick.
shit.
He's
oh
20.
shit.
He's 26. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, he's from Brazil. He fights out of England, but he's from Brazil. Now,
So he's about to knee his head off.
no, just wait.
Oh shit.
No, you need to hear this one.
Why?
That-
Oh my god.
That was so fucking loud. It filled up the whole stadium. Just doof.
Dude,
He's stiff as a
this
fucking
man
board.
this man fucking elbowed Khalil Roundtree into another planet.
Yeah, he did. It caught him in kind of like the back of the head and shit. 6'6" does a perfect backflip.
Wow.
Moved like Conor McGregor the whole fight. Yeah, where's he gonna be in 4 to 6 years?
Oh, he shattered his fucking nose.
I don't know.
No, he was just pressing. The doctor was pressing on his nose, and it was wobbling around like it
Yeah.
filled with jelly.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Good God, man,
Yeah.
where'd that kid come from?
Brazil.
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 Jesus, the top of the cage is nipple height. I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
he's a fucking.
As big as he is, and as well as he moves, and as good as his skill is, man, that's a prospect right
That's
there.
the
I
fucking
think he's a
future right
prospect.
there,
I
man.
think he's a big prospect, and he's 26. Holy shit!
That makes me wish Israel Adesanya could gain weight.
Oh, he will. I mean, he's fucking. How young is he? He's not
Like
even
21.
30. Israel? I thought he was like 28.
He might be.
You have to look that up because I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure he's.
I thought he was
in his
super
late,
young.
Pretty sure he's in his late 20s.
Really?
I could be wrong though.
I could be wrong also. Black don't crack, so like
Dude, he could be 47.
yeah.
No one would know.
he could literally he's either 19
Yeah.
or 46.
Yeah, he's one of those two.
He's
for sure.
29.
29. Okay, I thought he was in his late 20s because I honestly thought he was in his early to mid 30s for whatever reason for a while.
So he's starting in his athletic prime right now and just killing everyone.
Yeah.
Now he's getting fit.
You know, I don't hate Darren Till, Israel Adesanya at 185. I don't hate that.
I don't hate that either. We were talking in our group chat about you thought Silva and Israel is going to be a bust.
It could be. I said, I just realized it's going to be boring. I should have said that has the potential to be boring. More so than other fights because they are both counter strikers. Because I just went through and watched all of Israel's UFC fights the other day.
Did you watch the Derek Brunson fight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a That's a great fight.
That's his
I
last
saw it
fight,
live,
right?
and then I actually watched that fight probably, other than the night we watched it 3 times.
Yeah,
I watched it a few times. I really liked that fight.
he took that poor man to school.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He didn't start letting off until Derek Brunson started letting off. You know what I mean? Which is smart. But then I saw his fight that was like because he had his first fight in the UFC on the Luke Rockhold Yoel Romero card,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was another fight. It was the Ultimate, it was a fight night. And I remember watching it, and like I was out at my mom's, and I'm like, check this guy out. He's fucking really good. He's something special. And he just got laid on for 3 rounds. He threw a couple strikes and just got laid on for 3 rounds.
Someone found he would win he would dominate stand up for about 1:30 and then get taken down to the ground and just laid on.
Yeah. Which is, him versus Yoel Romero is not a good fight for him.
No.
I mean, I think that's a good fight in general, but that's not a good fight for him. But even in that fight, I did notice when he had to start turning up, I wouldn't say he looked uncomfortable, but he's definitely more of a counter striker. And so is Anderson Silva. So that's where I think it has the potential to be boring.
But I also seen
And that's
he was able to be aggressive with Derek Brunson though.
Once Derek Brunson started being aggressive with him, he counters it back. You know what I mean? He kind of matches you, but does it a little bit better because he can. And I think that's good if it's going to be a long fight. That's good stamina-wise. Just stay ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not denying anything else. I actually fucking love Israel. I wish nothing but good things for that dude. I'm a huge fan of Israel. I'm just saying that there's holes that he has. And there's holes in every fighter. Every fighter I like has holes.
Clearly, do not get taken to the ground for the love of God.
Yeah.
Because you got nothing there, apparently.
That's why I think Tyron Woodley, is a nightmare matchup for a lot of people in 185.
But if you make yourself real hard to get taken to the ground.
Yeah. But that can only go so far.
That's true.
As we've seen, there's that'll make yourself. I mean, well, shit, it's worked out really well for Max Holloway so far. But I think he definitely trains jiu-jitsu. I don't know what belt he's at. I almost said some dumb shit. But he definitely trains jiu-jitsu, but I'm not sure about his lineage. It's clearly Max Holloway's boxing. I watched that Brian Ortega fight twice by the way. Holloway
really?
Ortega. Yeah.
Dude, I've never seen someone take a beating, like a full-blown goddamn beating like that.
Yeah.
Like someone who's top tier. How did that happen?
Max Holloway's just that good, I think. Now, you know what makes sense for me? Holloway, McGregor, 155.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, because McGregor beat him before, but it's when Max Holloway was 19. Max Holloway, by the way, is still only 26 or 27.
Yeah.
That's what's really scary about that kid.
I
think Khabib gives him problems because of his chain wrestling. That's what nobody seemed to figure out that antidote yet to Khabib's specific high endurance chain wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, someone will eventually.
It's bound to happen.
No code will go uncracked.
No, of course not. And that's why I love MMA, because it's the up-to-date on what the best shit in hand-to-hand combat is. Hand-to-hand combat's always fucking excited me. I think it excites most people, You see two crackheads throwing down in the Kroger parking lot over there, dude. You get a little, woo, I'm going to see this.
I'm just turning that live stream back on. There we
go. Yeah.
Until something else comes. But yeah, I think, 3 years ago, no one could stand up to Conor striking.
Yeah. Nobody could figure out his fucking angles and his range and his timing, and nobody knew what to do until it's he's actually not that hard to take down if you're from Dagestan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that brings wrestling up. All these Dagestanis are coming to America and training now. So, and that's something that we can learn. You know, that's something we're learning from them, and then we're teaching them Western boxing a lot of the time. We're teaching them how to fucking box. That's what brings us together, oddly enough, is fighting.
That's one thing every human
Can you teach me this so I could kick your people's ass in a prize fight? Sure, if you teach me that so I can kick your people's ass in a prize fight, deal.
Yeah. Pretty much. I want to be the best warrior.
Yeah. It's fucking awesome, yeah. And you got Brazil. I mean, every I know a lot more about geography now, being an MMA fan, by the way.
Yeah, I just learned how to pronounce hard to pronounce last names.
Yeah, that's
really well.
That's a lot of fun. But like, I can point to Brazil on a globe for sure. Like, I never could do that.
Yeah, I know more about the planet now
Yeah.
thanks to MMA than I ever did in 12 years of school.
I now know that Cameroon is a country.
Yeah, Cameroon.
Yeah. You
Yes.
said what?
I know Dagestan's in Russia.
Yeah, Dagestan's in Russia. I know. I know where Australia is now. No, I'm just kidding.
I know where Australia is. I know that in South Korea that you have to do a mandatory service with the military.
Yeah, for like, what is it, like 2 years or something?
Yes,
or a year?
2 years of
2 years.
mandatory military service.
Yep. Yeah, you learn some pretty cool things through that. That's international sports in general, but because I know a few people who are way into soccer. Like Dom's way into soccer.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he watches it very much, but he knows a lot about soccer.
I'll forgive him.
I mean, he played soccer. He was actually
I'm
really
kidding.
good. He was really good for a long time.
Dude,
And he like coached kids soccer once, I think.
the incredible endurance you have to have. to
He
play-
did it when he was fat too.
Really?
Fat and with asthma. Yeah, he did
Wow.
soccer. Yeah, he used to be huge, man. He used to be Tubby Lumpkins back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think he actually showed me a picture.
Yeah. He wasn't that well, that's just the thing. He wasn't really we were all fat. I was
Oh yeah,
every bit as big as him too, and I still am. I still
Yeah.
am a big boy. But yeah, he was. The reason I say it like that is because he's so fucking skinny now, and he looks like he's always been a skinny guy.
I know, like he doesn't look out of place as a skinny guy.
Yeah. Because Derek's looking a lot better now. But at first, when he first lost all that weight in like 6 months or whatever it was, just fucking eating nothing but boiled chicken, drinking water, and lifting weights every day. He fucking he had some loose skin. He was self-conscious. I'm like, don't worry, that'll tighten up. You weren't so big that you need the
Yeah.
surgery. It'll tighten up.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, and that was Dom for a while. He was, he got pretty big, and he had some loose skin for a while, but now it's all tightened up, and it's like you just look like you've always been healthy,
Yeah, like that happened to me too, actually.
Yeah.
But
I never noticed your skin get super loose, but you wear hoodies and stuff a lot too. So I
yeah,
don't know.
it did for a minute, but it's starting to tighten back up
Yeah.
a little bit.
That's why I got excited because I'm actually weighing in. I don't know if I've ever said it on the podcast, but I know I talked about my resolution, but going on a diet for 3 months. I haven't drank it all this month either. Drinking starts again in February, but it's only going to be. I have 3 days right now picked out that I'm going to drink in February and March. But
You should only drink on planned days.
that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's 3 times that month, and that's only going to be gin and water, nothing else, no beer until after March, because I'm also doing. I'm not going to call it the keto diet, but I'm definitely going to call it the high protein, high fat, low carb, no sugar diet. And I'm kicking its fucking ass
I know,
for the
dude.
first time
I'm
in my
so
life.
proud of
Like,
you.
Yeah, it's thank you, man. I appreciate that. And
I
like,
told you last week, like your complexion looks different.
yeah, you did, and that was like 8 days in still, and I didn't weigh in 8 days, but every Tuesday morning, and I chose Tuesday because of the podcast. But every Tuesday
nice.
morning, I'm not gonna like reveal my weight. I mean, I can. I don't really give a fuck. But yeah, I don't care. I was at 301 this morning. I was at 333 last June when I decided to start losing weight, and I went down. I lost 20 pounds last year. Not doing much, but just not eating like an asshole.
Yeah.
That's all I did. Like Ruby said earlier, just don't eat like an asshole. And
That's what
I
we
just-
call our
I just
diet.
started
Like,
doing that.
when people ask us like what we were doing, they're like, "Are you doing the keto?" Nope. I'm doing the I don't eat like an asshole
Yeah, I don't
anymore
grab.
diet.
I don't grab fucking like Doritos every time I go to pay for gas.
Yes.
and that's shit I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking notice how I say used to, because now I'll feel really bad about myself if I buy a bag of Doritos while I'm out driving when not on the diet, because I can't have Doritos.
Oh, yeah, anything.
Now that I actually am on a diet. Yeah, back then I actually felt really guilty if I would buy like a bag of chips or a fucking whatever, an extra thing, or like a Powerade or something like that. I would always be like, man, this is basically fucking pop, and like,
It's sugar water.
yeah, this is
and-
all bad, and like, but so once I got to that point, because I lost 11 pounds, like just cut out beer and stopped eating like an asshole. Cut out fast food entirely, other than Taco Bell once in a blue moon. For last and doing that, I lost about 20 pounds. And then when I started this diet, so when I started that, I was at 230-ish. So when I started this diet, I gained a couple pounds back. I was probably like 312, 315. I'm just guessing because I didn't check until 8 days in, where I was 306. And that was last Tuesday. I was at 306, and I was like, holy fuck. Damn.
Like
that's
I said,
I was like, oh dude, I'll be happy if I'm like back down to like 310. And I was like, fuck. And then today I was at 301. Dude. So I'm about to be below 300 for the first time I've been over 300 pounds for a couple years now.
I'm so fucking happy and proud of you.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you're doing a great
that's
job,
a big
man.
milestone. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I was thinking about it today, and like, I realized that lately in my life, I've surrounded myself with people, rather, that are really dedicated to bettering themselves lately.
Yeah, me too. And it's hard to find out there in the world. Not that everyone's shitty. It's just like there's a lot of people that are just okay with just hanging out, and there's nothing wrong with that.
They got a lot of I can't in them.
Yeah.
And I got fucking none of that.
Yeah.
I ain't got no fucking time
I
for
used
that.
to always have that, and I know what it's like, but I'm starting to, just to force myself to overcome. Well, I've been slowly but surely forcing myself to overcome that for years. It all started for me with the band. That kind of, it's the reason for a lot of things I'm doing. A big reason, one of the many reasons I'm like, actively losing weight and getting more active and eating healthier is, and that's, the diet's only going to last so long, but it's not like I'm going to go back to eating Burger King and eating pizza and drinking pop every day. Not that I ever did that either, but I'm not going to go back to, eating like shit all the time.
Well,
I'm going to go back to where I was when I was maintaining my weight.
If you could go into something like even like me and Ruby are doing.
Yeah.
Where it's Monday through Friday, I'm very fucking strict on myself.
Yeah.
But then Saturday and Sunday, I fucking open up a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. And, I'll either do that or I'll just, because what I was doing before I actually started this is like a legitimate diet that I'm on. And by the way, a big part of this keto diet, you can't just eat fucking cheeseburgers all day with no bun and it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm still keeping my calories also under 2,000 and I'm intermittent fasting on top of all this shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm like, I want this weight. I think that's how I lost 5 pounds in a week. You know what I mean? And that's
dude,
that's not water weight either because I've been chugging waters constantly. I
for
drink
the first like
so
month and a
much water
half,
now.
it's gonna fall the fuck off.
Yeah.
And then it's
And then
gonna
it'll
stall
plateau.
for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna start happening again.
Yeah. And I'm prepared for the plateau. You know what I mean? But because I'm happy,
That's where a lot
if
of
I'm
people
losing,
mentally
like,
break.
2 pounds a week, 1 pound a week. It's like holy, like okay, like I'm
you're
much
still
slower.
losing.
People, but yeah, I'm still going down, and like eventually I'll get to where I want to be.
Yeah, because Ruby used to do that. Like when she would plateau, she'd get
It's real discouraging.
She got real bummed at herself. She'd be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like I lost a pound this week.
Yeah.
Where I was losing 6 or 7 a week before that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to understand that.
Still down a pound.
Yeah.
That's how you got to look at it.
That's progress. And that's your body adapting.
Yeah.
And it's going to start burning again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You give it 2-3 weeks.
Or change some shit up, get a little more active is a big one.
Exactly.
That's a big. I think
she
when
started
I
doing the
plateauing-
yoga, and she's starting to get like her arms are getting defined now.
Yeah. Oh man, that DDP yoga is legit.
It ain't your
Fucking
mama's yoga.
It
really
ain't your
isn't.
It ain't your mama's yoga. That's actually another thing I did was my DDP yoga and worked out. If I'm going to Wings, I'm doing my yoga and I'm gonna hit the weights a little bit. I'm gonna hit the heavy bag. I'm gonna get a shower. And we're gonna do this right, and I'm gonna get myself some wings and some fries and some beers.
It's important to
That's
have
another
that.
thing. I actually like working out, so that's something that I'm not. Another thing that I think helped me maintain my weight was when I would eat like shit, I would make sure I worked out. Definitely slid off of that a little bit towards the end there. When I was more focused on getting all the unhealthy shit done and out of the way. I think that's how I do things. I just do it all and then I stop. And then when I'm 50, if I want to smoke cigarettes and eat McDonald's every day, I'm going to do it,
Yeah.
We'll see. But if I don't want to, I'm not going to then either.
You know what? But like at that point, fuck it. Why not stomp on the gas pedal to death?
Yeah. If
Why
I
do
don't
you,
have anything
do you
going on.
really, really want to be 90?
If I don't have anything going on, like if I'm not married and I'm not, doing anything with music or if I'm not doing anything creative anymore, yeah, I'm just going to fucking Chris Farley my way out of that bitch.
Yeah.
Just fucking cocaine, beer, McDonald's.
You're going to fund the shit out of life for
Yeah.
about 5 good years, and they're going to find you flat on your back, 400 pounds, drowned in your own vomit.
And my own heart attack.
Yes.
Drowning in heart attack.
Like a
Yeah.
hooker's like obviously emptied your wallet.
Yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be funny.
That kind of shit. That's what
I mean-
that's how you go out.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I hope to have some shit going on, like a family or something like that, or even again, as long as I'm doing something creative, you know, as long as I'm still doing something. Another thing I'd like to do though is actually just like would be like become a hermit, literally become
Really?
a hermit. Yeah,
Like a mountain man.
yeah, literally live in the mountains. And
no,
the
I
only
don't
time
do
I
that.
see people is when I go into people, and I don't see people.
You're going to be
other
Wolverine?
than like once
Is
a
that what you're
month.
saying?
Yeah.
You come walking out of the woods with like knives taped to your fist. I'm
Yeah,
Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm Wolverine. No, for real. I mean, I enjoy people, but only at my discretion. You know what I mean? I can only do so much of people. It's weird because I am an extrovert, but I also am an introvert.
That's called an ambivert. I found out the other day.
Oh, word. I'm one of those. Because there's times where it's just like, I don't want to fucking talk or see anybody. And it's not an antisocial thing. It's not a I'm dark and broody thing. And it's also not people give me anxiety thing. It's just, by the way, can we stop using the phrase, I put air quotes on giving me anxiety. Can we stop saying giving me anxiety?
Or my anxiety.
Because that sounds like you're just saying anxiety is something you can catch. And like anxiety, I think a lot of people don't realize that the difference between feeling anxious and having a legitimate anxiety disorder. And I've fucking talked about this, I know, a lot probably on here. I know to you probably on here, but like feeling anxious is totally normal if you're not doing what you know deep down what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
You know,
That
when you
anxious
know,
feeling-
when you know you're not doing everything you can to do what you really want to do, yeah, you tend to feel fucking anxious. But then there is the flip side where people truly haven't. I've half my family has legitimate anxiety disorders, and they did before it was fucking cool too.
Like here's my thing. Like I have really bad social anxiety.
Yeah,
Like I fucking hate crowds. Like
Yeah.
I almost don't go to concerts because I hate crowds.
yeah,
But if I'm on the stage, it never bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not stand in the crowd. I would have to stand towards the back by a bar.
I see. I would much rather be at a show with a lot of people than a lot of other places. I
I'll
do
tolerate
crowds.
it.
I like crowds as long as they're my crowds. I don't like going to bars, very like crowded, like loud, dancey, clubby
Yeah, I don't
bars.
do that anymore.
I do it a couple times just because like my buddy's wife loves going, and my buddy will be out there, and it's like they always buy me a couple drinks, and it's
Yeah.
I have fun
It's
when
tolerable
I
every
do
once
have
in a
fun
while,
going
but-
out there because they're there. You know what I mean? I always have fun with them. And, you know, she's always got a couple friends. She's either hanging with us or she's got a couple friends and she's doing her thing, and me and Pete are just bullshitting. And in that case, it's me and Pete out front just bullshitting, you know, going in, having a couple drinks. So it's what we'd be doing at my house or his house anyway. So I do have a good time going out there. But I'm not going otherwise. You know, I don't like to go. I've been invited to, you know, I have a few friends who go out there, and it's like, fuck, man. Can we just have a fire at someone's house?
Please.
Yeah. Which one of my friends, he goes to bars and stuff a lot, but in the summertime especially, he has a lot of fires. That's my favorite fucking thing. I know that's been a meme since before they were called memes. Like, I'd rather be here than here or whatever with the camp. But for real, I'd rather be like around a fire with some friends, fucking case of beer.
See, I
You know
don't
what I
like.
mean?
I
Bunch of
barely like
weed,
doing that
someone's
because
got a guitar.
I've never been like at a bonfire where someone hasn't tried to fight me for some
Really?
reason. Yeah, I don't know why. People don't like me at bonfires for some reason.
You should come to like, I'll have a bonfire for you, because I invite the best people that don't fight.
No, I swear to God, someone will get mad though. Like I don't know why.
Yeah. Do you try to like fucking push people into the fire pit or something? Like what? Why do they just try to fight you?
I don't know. They just like, you know how there's always that one guy
Oh yeah, yeah,
that gets way too drunk.
yeah. A little aggro or
Yeah, just
yeah. I know what you mean.
He's gonna find me because most likely, well, I don't know.
See, I don't hang out with that type of dude.
I usually
anymore.
don't either. But like, you might have run into the same problem where you're the biggest, tallest guy there. Therefore, you need to be fucked with now.
Yes.
So you know that I'm here and I'm important and tough too.
Yeah, I've ran into that most of my life.
I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, because before giants like you started sprouting up, like I was the tallest.
Yeah, you're a pretty big dude.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until way too late in life.
Yeah.
I always walked like kind of slouched.
Yeah, I walk kind of slouched, and it's not even because I'm so tall. Maybe, I don't know, but I definitely try
I
to
think it was
stand
a
up straighter.
confidence thing. But now I'm like, oh, I'm
I think it's because my gut. If I stand up too straight, then my gut's gonna hang out the bottom of my shirt. I think that's why
I get a
hunch,
long
for real.
torso.
Yeah, I do. I need like tall, like XLTs, 2XLTs. You know what I mean for shirts, not just XL, 2XL. I need the XL talls and shit. Like the fucking, who am I kidding? The double XL talls is what I need. And those are always a little big on me, but I like bigger shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So
I found as I lost that weight, like I found that I like tighter fitting clothes where I did not before at all.
yeah, I think I've always liked looser fitting clothes just because of the hip hop in me. I like to have a little bit of sagginess.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
You're
like
a pretty
these
gangster.
tight. By the way, these fucking Rudes that I'm wearing here, I wasn't able to fit into when I got them. So that was another cool thing. I'm wearing these today.
Isn't that the best feeling?
It really is. It's cool. No, they're still a little tight on me, but like I've been comfortably wearing them all day. So
Pretty stoked on that, man.
yeah, it's pretty cool. They get a little tight and dig in sometimes, but it's not like they're like fucking paper tight on my skin though. Like there's room there.
Backing into an old
Yeah.
wardrobe.
Dude, what I'm really excited for is I bought some overalls this past
overalls?
Yeah, some denim like overalls.
Why?
Well, there's two reasons. One was because I was going to this Halloween party and I just didn't know what to do, and I was like, okay, I'll just be a fucking redneck and get some denim overalls for like $40 from Tractor Supply. And the other reason was because I wanted them.
For why?
Because I wanted some overalls, man. Like, don't judge me.
What you need them for, though?
Hiking mostly.
Really?
Yeah, hiking.
Why?
Because I love to hike. And they won't get like my regular pants and shirts and stuff all woodsy and dirty and scratched up and torn up from jaggers and shit.
But why do they? You couldn't just buy jeans?
Well, I have I have a couple pairs of jeans, but I think that would be also added protection for like my shirts and stuff. But that's why all my shirts have big ass rips in them. It's because like they get hit by jaggers all the time.
What the fuck?
What?
Are you going into the woods that often?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
How often are you in the fucking woods?
Fucking when it's nice out, at least twice a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I know a lot of trails up around where we live too.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I've mentioned it before. I love hiking. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I didn't know you were doing it that often.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No
And
shit.
now that I'm like not even smoking Black and Milds anymore, and down fucking about 30 pounds since last time I went hiking, because I didn't hike much this year. I tried to go the other day when it was nice for 5 minutes, but then it like last week actually.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, but I was just running out of time, but I'm glad I didn't have to do what I had to do before I came down, because then I would have been in the middle of the woods and that fucking flash thunderstorm would have happened while I was like fucking miles back.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's one trail I really like. It's called Hellbender's Bluff.
Uh-huh.
It's out by I'm trying to think of what that route is. Route 7? I think it's 7. Anyway, you go out Route 7 past Glenmore and stuff. I don't know if you know. I forgot you're from Liverpool.
Yeah, 7's what runs north and south.
Okay. No, it leads to Route 11. Anyway, it's back by Ann Superette.
No.
Okay. Well, it's out past Glenmore and stuff. Anyway, last time we went there, we did over 10 miles.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's not just a pathway through. It's it's hiking. I found some really cool shit. We've actually walked from a Gretchen's Lock up. It's called Vonder Green Trail, and then hit where Pretty Boy Floyd was actually gunned down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. And there's actually bullet holes in the sign. And I think that's just people. There's a lot of rednecks and shit out that way. And people, I think, just like out of respect, shoot the Pretty Boy Floyd kind of, this is where he was gunned down by law enforcement, blah, blah, blah. I just think it's dope that there's bullet holes in that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And, but yeah, it's really cool. A lot of stuff you get to see, a lot of overhangs. Dogwood Trail. I love that trail. That's a really rough one, though. But you get to some places where it's like, this is like nobody comes back here ever.
Yeah,
like we're the first people to be back here in at least 10 years. Well, probably not that long, but we're hardly anybody knows about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you see a lot of stuff hardly anybody really sees. And it's like, holy shit, this is 20 minutes from my house and it's free. So that's kind of why.
And there's Bigfoot, and he's coming at me.
Yeah, but that's just kind of why I fell in love with it. It's like that's another thing that helped me quit. I started loving it when I still smoked cigarettes.
See,
that's another one of the many reasons I quit.
I would love to go with you, but you shouldn't take me.
Okay.
Because I would just sit there and make little sarcastic jokes the entire time, just being snotty, but I'm really enjoying myself, but I'm just annoying the fuck out of everyone.
I don't know if it'd be like that. I mean, we're all a bunch of goofballs. I mean, something like State Line or Fisherman's Trail is like really, you could do either of those no problem. Those are like training wheels, hot trails.
Man, I can walk forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You do that for a living. You'd be fine. Plus, you're fucking skinny now. You'd be fine.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, you'd be
my record for...
I actually do. Like, oh, wait, guys. Like,
my record's like 18 miles in a day.
Yeah.
Like,
I've walked a bunch when I used to work at Mountaineer. I remember I walked over 10, around, it would usually be about 10 miles a day, but then I started cutting it shorter and shorter to where it was 2 miles a day, and then they put me at something I didn't have to walk that much. So, but yeah, I remember doing that. That was the first day I did it. My legs hurt so bad going in. Like I still had to walk, and like once I got rolling, it wasn't so bad. But when I woke up, like when I laid down the night before, I couldn't get back up to like go get a shower, so I had to get up early and shower. And I just slept on my couch. I couldn't even go up the stairs. I was just done.
Jesus.
Just spent. That was about 10 miles, 11 miles. But that was forever ago when I went from sitting on my couch all day, every day, and in an office all day and every day to back on my couch all day and every day to walking 10 miles.
Yeah, things are bound to hurt.
Yeah. And I didn't want to bitch out. I mean, clearly I was hurt. I was sore as fuck, all day. It was horrible. And I had like blisters on my ankles and that's what was really slowing down is I got real bad blisters on my ankles and I got real bad chub rub. But I was like, dude, I'm like fucking, we're pushing through this. Dude, I was like bleeding from my thighs and shit. It was real bad.
Dude, you got to get some Gold Bond.
Dude, I didn't show up prepared. I went from sitting on the couch and sitting at a desk to that. And I didn't know I was going to walk that much.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me. Of course, after that, Gold Bond, new boots, high socks. Like, I fucking hooked it up after that. After a while, I actually really liked it because my whole day is literally just walking up and down every stable. So I just fucking like put in some headphones and like listen to Chael Sonnen Trash Talk best of and just fucking walk around. Like, I remember specifically doing that a couple times back then.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that's when I was starting to like really get into MMA. I just couldn't get enough of like watching because I never was able to see the pay-per-views because I didn't know anybody else who watched them and I didn't really have the funds.
Yeah, I can't be dropping $70 a month on that.
Yeah,
or fucking sometimes twice a month.
Yeah, but I always found it just as good to, at least back then, and I don't have a computer and I am not savvy to just watch all the like highlights and stuff the next day and keep up with like watching Ariel Helwani and just all these interviews and stuff, and then like hoping that fights. A lot of times, like Amanda Nunes versus Cyborg full fight was on YouTube, full quality for about an hour. Like a couple hours. I remember waking up at 2:30 in the morning, thirsty, hungover-ish as fuck. Just a weird day. And I woke up and I got on YouTube and I saw Chris Cyborg versus Amanda Nunes full fight. And Chris Cyborg's face was like really zoomed in for the thumbnail. And I'm like, okay, she won. When I saw that, I was like, oh.
My God.
Because I've been saying I'm rooting for Nunes in that one. I love Nunes. She's my girl, man.
Oh, she said never again, by the way, in an Instagram video.
What do you mean?
145.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
They're
I'm
gonna-
okay with that.
they're
Just
gonna-
go back to her original
They're going to
division.
burn that division.
Chris Cyborg's going to... They're going to burn that division when Chris Cyborg retires.
Well, that was their last fight on our contract.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do you think they're letting her go?
probably.
Really? Yeah, after Nunes smushed her. It's like...
It kind
And
of
there's
sucks
nobody.
because
There
like
is nobody else in 145 either.
it,
They're
which-
forcing
which-
135s to come up to 145s and fight each other.
And it really sucks because Megan Anderson is such a great personality and has the right look for the
She
sport.
does, yeah.
And it's just, I worry that it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she did get out grappled by Holly Holm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to talk shit on Holly Holm at all, but she's not like, when you're talking about the elites of the elites.
She trains at AKA, doesn't she?
Holly Holm?
Yeah.
No, she's at Jackson Wink.
That's right.
Yeah. But, I mean, she'd fucking rip my arm off in a Kimura lock. Like, I'm not talking shit
Absolutely.
on her. I'm just saying, like, she's not known for her. She's known for fucking kickboxing.
Yes.
So for her to, like, just hold this chick down says two things. This chick is dangerous on the feet, and this chick has nothing when it comes to the ground game and can't even stop a takedown.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's kind of interesting about that, because Invicta's one of those things. It's kind of like we've talked about before. It's kind of like a training program for future.
It's a
UFC
farm
chicks.
league.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. In fact, I hope Invicta does some bigger things, and like I hope more women get involved in MMA, because there's not enough really great
say-
all-time women. There's a few. There's
bump
plenty.
a few.
But
There's
there's not
140
enough. I want more. I want more women. You know what I mean?
You bump a few their 145ers up to UFC and start building that division. Eventually, a turd's going to rise to the top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Someone's going to walk in there and start just stomping through people.
Yeah. You're going to get your Joannas. You're going to get your Roses. You're going to get your Amanda Nunes's, fucking Ronda Rousey's. You know, even Misha Tate is kind of like, she was early in women's MMA. And you could see,
yeah.
like, women's MMA now, like this fight, Claudia Gadea, by the way, fucking Joanna versus Claudia. This is like,
One of the classic fights.
this is a classic fight of all time. Not even just for women, for a women's classic fight. This is a classic fucking fight.
Absolutely.
I mean, there are incredibly talented women, but it took a long time to develop your 135 division. Well, it came
this
in
is
on
115.
fire, but now, and that's the thing. Now, though, your 135 division might be your strongest division out of all the women, because Valentina is a true 135er, but she's undeniable. Valentina.
She's also a 125 champion.
Yeah, exactly. That's because she couldn't beat Nunes. That's why I was so fucking hot on
But
Nunes.
still, that
forever.
125 is a great division too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of in-betweeners between those two weight classes.
Sajara Eubanks didn't look too. Who's that Aspen lad? What fight does she? Or
She's
sorry,
fighting
what
Holly
weight-
Holm.
What weight? 135.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aspen lad's a beast. Did you see her fight for the Woodley Till card?
I don't
Aspen
remember.
lad, fucking. Aspen lad was really good. But then there was one chick on that card who fucking Khabib'd this other chick. Seriously, smashed her. It was a Cloud. I think it was actually no. It was Carla Esparza. She just fucking held her down into her corner and literally Khabib'd her. I think even the commentator said that she's like Khabib. She's a
Oh,
female
shit.
Khabib. Smashed her into the corner, hammer fisted her.
We'll
I
watch
think
it.
got a
We'll watch it
stoppage.
after the podcast because that stupid mouse is acting up.
Okay, yeah, that was Carlos Esparza's last fight. I don't remember the other chick's name,
man.
but Aspen Ladd I remember was outstanding as well.
What pay-per-view was it?
That was Thompson too.
Thompson Till. Man, I blocked that out because I wanted Till to do so much better.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed too. That kind of sucked to see. I didn't want to see Till lose like that, but I was so happy. My Woodley fan in me was so fucking happy.
Oh, I get happy
Because
every
it's
time
like,
he wins because I feel like he's justified a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially because he's been boring fighter, and it's like, damn. Not only did he fucking outstrike Till, but he
beat the fuck out of him.
He got him on the ground with his striking, and then he held him down through his wrestling, and then he finished him with his jiu-jitsu. That was so impressive to me.
Oh,
Especially a striker like Darren Till. What's that kid going to be like in 5-6 years? Kid, he's my age, by the way. Like,
oh, dude, here's another thing around your age that's going to start happening. All the athletes are going to start being younger than you.
dude, Macy Barber still freaks me out.
Oh yeah, because she's like 19.
She's 18 or 19.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
And she's so good too, by the way. She's got a future in flyweight. Because she's 18, 19 now, so of course she's straw weight.
Uh-huh.
I think by the time she starts hitting like 30,
I had to think about
I
which. I couldn't remember what weight class she was at.
Yeah, pretty sure she's in straw weight. Pretty sure. Yeah, she'd be, by the time she starts hitting like 28 to 32, she'll be an incredible flyweight, I'm sure. And that just shows like, hey man, you got these youngins coming up, like this Sean O'Malley kid. I can't get enough of him. I love when he's always fighting an unranked guy, and he is unranked as he should be. Keep putting, because he's also 18, 19, 20, beating up 32-year-old guys that have been doing this their whole life.
Yeah.
You know, even though
Like-
they're unranked. Because if you throw
Convincingly.
yeah, if you try to throw Sean O'Malley in with like, I don't know, John Dodson, I don't think that's the move right now.
No.
You know, John Dodson hasn't been doing great as of late. John Dodson, I still think exploits.
He's still dangerous.
He's still a veteran, you know, at
Yes.
the end of the day. Yeah, so but Sean O'Malley, one day, I think he's doing it smart too. They got to take the smart fights. Don't jump for the big ones. Fight few and far between. I notice he's kind of, I imagine he's just out there training right now.
No, he's on the shelf because he fucked his hip up.
Oh, how do you do that?
He had hips. I think he had a hip replacement.
Oh, geez. That's pretty young to have that happen.
Or it might have just been like a scope or something. I don't know, but he also he tested positive.
Yeah, and he came out. That's actually something that I was interested about. He came out and like that you sort of had this new rule where like they don't just post about it. Like I think they tell the UFC and the person, and then they decide from that. I don't really know the specifics.
No, what it is USADA and UFC will not say anything until the fighter addresses it.
Yeah. And that's I noticed Sean O'Malley was like the first one to really just come out and say, yeah, I popped for something, but I swear to fuck, like I didn't take anything. I believe him because he doesn't, you know, with his creative and flashy style, and it is precise and it is good, you can definitely see it's not perfect.
I think
if you look close enough, he's still a little wobbly here and there. His accuracy's a little low until he warms up. Then it gets a lot tighter.
He got he was able to prove that it was just negligence.
Yeah.
So he got the negligence suspension like
exactly.
6 months or something.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if he, you know, in the next 5 years has 16 more fucking like John Jones, like 16 more pops or whatever. Yeah, not that it's actually been 16.
Oh, they'll
but
cut his ass.
Yeah,
He'll be in Bellator the next day, beating the fuck out of James Gallagher.
Yeah.
Or that's. Did you ever see that kid?
I don't think so.
He's okay. He's their answer to Conor McGregor. That's
Oh yeah,
they're trying to cash in on that.
yeah. I remember that.
But it's 2 years too
he
late.
got knocked the fuck out. Too.
Yeah, he
I
did.
saw the first thing where he was like really being Conor.
Yeah, he's been all showboaty and then
Yeah,
got
he was
fucking
being
popped.
like really crazy, and then like it was like a quick fucking knockout too. Within the first minute, I think he got head kicked. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh shit! They're gonna do Lesnar and Carwin.
That's a good fight. I mean, it's not, but it's two gigantic, roided out dudes fighting. Like
Yeah.
that's you know they're never. That's
giants.
that's what I think was because you got your Mark Coleman. It took them a while to learn it. Well, you saw Mark Coleman in his prime. Yeah, I mean he was really strong and he was a pretty damn good wrestler, but like he was a really damn good wrestler. But he was too fucking weighed down with muscle to fucking throw effective punches.
Yeah.
Like, he was so ballooned up. He threw punches like just I don't know. They were real bad, and he didn't know. There's no way he's gonna like move and bob his head. And he got tired after 3 seconds. And
Yeah, he threw
even in this era, like Shane Carwin's just a fucking Neanderthal. Fucking Brock Lesnar's a Viking Neanderthal.
Except
And they'll fucking gas out in 2 minutes. You know. Like, even though it's all muscle and they're real strong and they're, like, real great in the beginning, like, being 265 pounds is being 265 pounds.
Yeah.
If you're not smart with that. That's why, all the best, Kane, Fedor, Stipe, and some would even say DC, they all fight around 242. DC, I think, gets up to 250.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, between 240 and 250, so.
But I want to see if DC can keep his stamina that long, that heavy.
Yeah, he's never had a problem with it in
Light heavy.
Strike Force, and he's never had a problem with it in light heavyweight. Yeah, I don't think he has had a problem with it in Strike Force anyway. But Yeah, it's never been too much of an issue for him. Now that he's older, I think that would be more than him being heavy, just not cutting weight. You know what I mean? Because he's probably close to that on fight night. He probably gets back up to 225, 230 on fight night. I'm just guessing. You know, I could be totally out of it, but because guys, you know, cut a lot and balloon back up. So, and he's already a heavy guy.
Oh, and could you imagine the fucking plethora of Taco Bell he's eating right after he steps off that scale?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's
Just everything.
Yeah.
Give me everything.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from me for that piece of fucking broccoli.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe not because, you know, you don't want to eat like that and then fight the next day.
I do.
I fucking wouldn't. I'm sure he's still eating clean. He's probably eating a lot more. You know, he's probably starving, so he does eat a good bit, but he's eating, I imagine, clean, good food. I would imagine. I have no idea. Who knows? He loves his Popeyes. But yeah, here's about to be Brock Lesnar and Carwin.
Oh, shit.
Doesn't Brock get him in a head and arm triangle in this one?
I can't remember, man.
Yeah.
But we did an hour 15. We could wrap her up now.
All right, might as well.
We're good. We're good.
We're good.
We don't need to commentate Brock and Shane Carwin.
No, I wasn't saying this shit. I was just talking about shit and
I don't know, man. That was a good one.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we talked MMA.
Yeah, it has been. I love talking MMA. I talk MMA to my mom. She doesn't know anything I'm saying.
What do you mean you're gonna show me a triangle choke?
Yeah. Get in my guard, Mom. Let me do it.
There it is. We found the title of this episode.
Yeah, get in my guard, Mom.
All right. We'll see you next Tuesday, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.